Breaks to it. Hey girls and guys, we're out here in the shop again. Got the mullet kid himself, Caden. He's out here helping. We made a trip to the parts store. We got us a couple of U-joints for my dry shaft. Already stuck them in there, forgot about getting a video going.
Sure you did.
Yeah, excited about having help in the shop for the first time. But CJ, he went there, got all the plastic off the car. There's that ugly mug again.
On this spot.
He got most of it anyways, but we're gonna get this dry shaft thrown up in here and hopefully start getting some fluid in it. And Caden's gonna help me set the toe and make a hood, and hopefully be able to drive it by tomorrow. So we're gonna get this set in here real quick. All right, we got the dry shaft in. We kind of test fitted the old hood. You can see down here, we'll zoom in on it. It's seen its better days, so.
That's patina.
We're teaching Caden how the tape trick that I've been using to cut the metal out, kind of keep a somewhat straight line. Anybody that really knows me knows I cut metal like a politician, crooked as all get out. So we're gonna cut this out real quick and see if we can get something to fit on that hood, what we come up with. Well, we got something of a hood made up. Still gotta drill a hole for the carburetor, but yeah, a little off of my measuring for the pinholes there, so I had to drill them out a little bit. But we still got to cut a big hole right in this area here for my big old air cleaner. Hear that? We just don't run an air filter and choke the car out, one or the other.
You don't have to run an air filter, but it helps.
Yeah, we don't have to have an air filter, but it does help. I can tell you stories about that, me leading a feature with the mini stock and losing my air filter, but it didn't help me none. So we're going to figure out what we got to do to get me a hole for my air cleaner, and we will be back with you. Well, we're working into the nighttime hours. Got the hood is pretty well done. Some minor tweaks to it, but me and Caden, we knocking her out, trying to go with the flush look. It's kind of off center in a few spots, but I imagine after I get out there pushing old Casey Nations around a little bit, it might get wrinkled with hair anyway. But
it's a race car, no one looks pretty.
Yeah, the mullet kid said it ain't got to look 100% pretty, but we want it to look halfway decent one way or the other. But we're clipping away. Hood's done. Dry shaft and transmission is filled up. We got to change the oil filter. Set it down on the ground and set the toe and put spark plugs in. I got new spark plugs for it today too, which that could also be a next Friday project too. But and we're gonna bleed the brakes while we're at it, while I got help anyway. Big two things will be bleeding the brakes and setting the toe while I got help. We're gonna clip around and clip along with it, so bear with us. I've seen those hunt the front guys jack the car up from one side to the other.
It don't work.
It ain't easy. I'm on one side, Caden's over on the other side. He trying. We don't have one of them high-tech racing jacks to get up high enough, so we're getting ready to set her down. Put the crew chief to work doing what he's pretty good at, jacking the car up and down.
Someone forgot to make sure the back one touches.
Yeah, that's optional. We're going to set her down. We applied the brakes already. We're going to set it down, check the toe on it. Caster camber's pretty well set on this car. About the best we could get it. So we're going to... I had to put tie rods on this car. And so I need to double check, make sure I got them where they need to be. So we're going to set her down.
Coming down.
eventually.
That jack's only 10, 12 years old. You gotta get it in the hole.
Up and down.
So we checked the toe on it, and I actually nailed it first shot putting it together. Got to jack the car back up, so we still got to change the oil filter, and some of the spark plugs are actually easier to get to from underneath the car, but either way I still need to tighten the clamps down on the tie rods to make sure that don't wiggle loose. We almost, well, once got them tight, we can technically drive the car. Something else that I'm probably going to have to do is up here on the front, this is a solid sheet. There's no way to get airflow through currently with the way it's sitting to get air through the radiator. So I might end up, a lot of guys drill this out down here. I think I'm going to drill some lines across through here and maybe the upper section of the lower part. The reason being is the bumper actually sits a good ways, the lower section is below the radiator. And my theory is maybe if I drill the holes through the top, we'll be able to get more airflow into the radiator versus it going up underneath the car. So we're going to get her jacked up and get a little more buttoned up on it while I still got some help. Well, folks, we're going to call it a night. We got everything pretty much done except for the spark plugs. Set the toe, like I said, it was pretty much right on the money from what I've been told in the past, so we're going to leave it where it's at and adjust it from there. I think the hood come out looking really nice. Like I said, just minor tweaks. So knocked out the big projects I needed 2 people on. Like I said, the Mullet Kid come down to help out and trying to help teach him what little bit I know on these things. And he's trying to get his car ready. And
We found out problems with our continental shavings in the oil.
yeah, they hadn't even got the engine in their car hadn't even been on the track yet, and they've already got metal in the oil, so they're going to kind of regroup and see what they got to do there to get it going. But we're going to wrap it up tonight and hit the bed. Got church in the morning, so we'll catch you guys later. Well, we got new spark plugs in the car. Ran NGKs last year. He didn't have very good luck with it. We going back to the old AC Delcos this year. Seemed like last year, every time I was turning around, I was having changed the NGKs out. Seemed like they found it didn't burn as hot as the cheaper AC Delcos. But we got the Mullet Kid back again. And like I said, we got spark plugs in. We're going to check the stack, measure the tires, kind of get an idea on stagger. I've never done it with this car yet, so we're gonna do that. You guys seen that we've already got the hood done. Talked to my vinyl guy, and we're probably looking at Friday at the earliest of having the vinyls back. So the way it's looking, we might be running tape numbers for the first weekend out, but overall everything seems like it's in pretty good shape. It's been raining outside, so hoping it clears out. We might take the car out and drive it up, at least across the road and back. But we probably will be drilling out the front grill to get some airflow into the radiator, but we're going to check some tires real quick. We'll be back with you. Well, we had a few minor setbacks trying to get the car back down on the ground, but we got it on the ground, and we're going to take it for a quick test drive just a little short ways up the road and back, but we'll see what we can't come up with. Alright guys, helper went home, Mullet kid, Caden. He ended up going home. Before he left, he kind of helped me get some stickers on the front of the car. They ain't perfectly lined up, but they're pretty close, not bad. I've never been good at putting the stickers on the nose straight anyway, so we were able to make a couple of good passes with the car up the road and back, which car is set up to go around in left-hand turns, and going down the road it was all over the place. That's after, with minor setback, we had a stud get stripped out on one of the rear wheels, and luckily I got a machine shop right over there I was able to walk over to, even though it's Sunday, and he come out and helped me real quick and got it lined back up with that. Like I said, we made a couple passes up and down the road. Car seemed like it ran good. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the way the car looks. Not really until we get it out on the track we'll be able to find if there's any major bugs or not. But if we make it in on time, or if we do make it in, we might try to make Doe Run's play day on Wednesday, which chances are very slim of me making that date. I thought maybe we might be put on the schedule for Doe Run's opening night, but they pretty well put it clear that there wasn't running street stocks. Matter of fact, I think they're only allowing 150 cars with this COVID-19 thing. But as of right now, we're on track for Farmington on Saturday night, and that's weather depending. Kind of checking the weather. One day they're going to say it's going to rain Friday, the next day it's raining Saturday. So going to kind of keep an eye on the weather. But either way, when we get back in this weekend, we're going to end up getting up underneath the car, double checking everything. I do need to check my transmission fluid. Like last year, it's still leaking, which I might try to find somebody that can change the tail shaft out on the other transmission that I have and seal it up and get it all nice and ready. And who knows, maybe at the end of the year we'll swap out to a leak-proof transmission. My steering box is leaking pretty good, so maybe that'd be a project for this winter if it holds up. But overall, I think we're going to wrap her up. Like I said, we took a couple test hits up and down the road. First time I ever took this car down the road, and second and third gear burnout, so I was satisfied with that. And nothing fell off, so we're starting a week off, some short stuff here in Missouri, and like I said, we got to do a short load up to Illinois, I think Tuesday, and if things fall into place, we might get home in time. We might not load everything up, spares and all that, but we might just splash a couple gallons of fuel in the car and load it up and take it out to Doe Run if we get home in time for play day. I've never made a play day, and I don't know how long I've been racing, 10, 12 years, however long it's been. I've never made a play day. Either I've been ready and it's rained out, or I haven't been ready and they've gone for it. So there is that. But we're going to wrap her up, go inside, sit down with the family, and try to relax a little bit before we have to head out. God bless you guys. We'll catch you later.